The earth remembers every step we take, even those we bury in silence.
We do not walk forward by choice, but by what was decided before us. No voice is raised, for even sound may disturb what listens beneath us.
The water does not move, yet it knows we have entered without permission. Every door is closed, not from fear, but from knowing what must pass through.
The air grows heavier, as if something unseen has begun to breathe with us. We stop together, not by signal, but because something beneath has spoken.
No eyes are raised, because to look is to accept what must remain unseen.
Even fire must remain low here, as if it fears to rise above the earth.
The ground no longer receives us as before. It begins to adjust to our presence. The weight does not change, yet something beneath refuses to let it pass. Silence deepens here, not as absence, but as something that must be maintained. What we see begins to fall out of place, as if the world hesitates to remain stable. The place reveals itself only when we are close enough that turning back is no longer possible. We reach the edge where land ends, and something older begins to listen. The water does not accept us freely. It holds us, as if measuring our presence.
Behind us fades without trace, as if the path we took no longer exists. The world narrows around us, until only what stands within it remains real. The ground receives us again, but not as it did before we crossed.
This ground is not crossed. It is entered, and it remembers each who does so. We bind ourselves here, not for control, but to prevent what may compel us otherwise. At the center rests what must remain unseen, yet the words are spoken without sound, because sound would break what is being called. Nothing moves now, yet everything feels as if it has begun to listen. We return the earth to itself, though it has never truly left our grasp. The wood remembers its burden and begins to answer without being touched. The ground answers at last, not with force, but with something that breathes.
There is always one who must be given, though none are ever chosen willingly. The act is prepared without haste, for what must be done has already begun. Hesitation is not forgiven here, it is noticed, and it alters what follows. The earth does not take by force. It waits until we place what it requires. The weight changes without movement, as if something unseen has taken hold of it. The ground breathes now, not as land, but as something that remembers being alive. A sound forms beneath us, not heard, but carried through bone and silence. Falling here is not failure, but a response to something we cannot refuse. The space closes around us, not by choice, but by what now holds us within it. What rests within begins to take form, not in shape, but in presence. The earth takes what is given and leaves nothing behind to remember it. Silence returns, but it carries what has been taken into itself. What we see no longer holds its place, as if the world has been quietly altered. What has been done cannot be undone. It remains, whether we leave or not.
The grove begins to answer, not with motion, but with something that stirs within it. The water moves against itself, reflecting what is no longer aligned with us.
The cart responds without touch, as if something within it has awakened. Something within us begins to shift, not outwardly, but in how we remain. Distance no longer holds, as if space itself has begun to fold inward. We begin to understand too late that this is no longer ours to complete. The earth answers us now with intent. Hands move without will, drawn toward what we were never meant to touch. No command is given, yet all of us are drawn to the same point. The sound beneath us grows clearer, no longer hidden, no longer distant. The form beneath the covering moves, not as shape, but as something that breathes. The light withdraws completely, leaving nothing to separate form from absence. Kneeling is no longer a choice. The body remembers what it must become. Everything stops, not because it ends, but because it has been completed. Morning returns, but it does not restore what has already been altered. No one reaches for it again, because it is no longer what it was before. We begin to leave, yet something of us remains where we cannot follow.
Light returns in fragments, revealing less than it once allowed us to see.
The water waits for us again, holding what must not remain above the surface.
The descent begins again, not to cleanse, but to return what must not remain. Those who serve this moment step forward, knowing they will not return from it. The cleansing is done below, where sight cannot follow, and memory must not remain. They are taken without struggle, so that nothing of this may return with them. The water closes over all of it, leaving nothing that can be remembered. It returns to us again, though it carries more than what we brought to it. We walk away in silence, carrying what cannot be spoken or undone. Those who remain do not ask, because they already understand what has been done. The land appears as it always has, though nothing within it remains the same. The earth grows still again, but not in the way it was before.